boys versus the petty boys. Sold that already, got a whole new set of toys. Shit is so surreal, Drizzy Drake, you better enjoy. Nothing else bigger than the OVO Letterman boys. Cashmere knits for the nighttime boat rides. Ollie got the first edition parked up roadside. The only sign of struggling is coming from those guys. I'm trying to just relate what I can see through my own eyes. And nothing tell the truth like the eyes will. Live so much for others, don't remember how I feel. Friends in high places and friends that I high still. Still manage to moonwalk straight through a minefield. And then I come back to tell you how that feels. Build this house for us all, pain in my back still. You niggas gassed up, you couldn't pay the... I love you, I love you. Until I love you, I love you.
All right. Let's get to it. Yeah, check that out. Ain't that crazy? I was drinking water to prepare myself to get onto the mic, clearing my throat and all that, and I still had to clear my throat anyways when I finally get on there. Anyways, welcome back to another segment, another series, another episode brought to you by your boy Ray Karuse. Make sure I'm not messing up and fumbling up these words. I ain't in this segment. I ain't. Thank you, man, for coming back to the podcast. Sorry if I'm a little too loud. I'll try to see if I can lower the mic down or lower your fucking speaker down, whichever one. Anyways, people, I'm back. Alright, I'm back. Alright, you already know it's your boy Ray Karuse. What's popping? Us, never them. It's always never them. Alright, it's always us, never them. You gotta know the lingo when you gotta know when to hit it. When I hit it with you, you know what I mean? You gotta be like, yo, Ray Karuse was popping. I'm like, yo, what's popping? Us. And you're like, never them. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let's get it to it, man. Let's get into it. Another segment of the Untitled Opinions. And who asked you? Because at some point in your life, you got to be asking people, like, who asked you? You know, even though I'm giving you my untitled opinion, but who asked them for all that information? As you can see, I try to, when I listen back to this at the end and I'm editing it, I tried to play my intro music and I'm going to try to play that outro music again. You know what I mean? To mix it all in. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, how y'all doing, man? How y'all been? What's been going on? What's new? I've been going through some up and downs in life lately. You know what I mean? A lot of good things been happening. A lot of bad things been happening. And in my untitled opinion, that's a lot of that is life. A lot of times, I never like to go into the race. Race conversation like or black people or white people. I generally just believe humans in general. Humans in general. A lot of humans don't know how to cope with a lot of things. You know, they're not taught how to cope with it. They're not given instructions, which is the same thing as taught. They're not helped along that way, and some people are. But a lot of us are missing that help or that one thing that we need to understand how coping works and how to cope. You know what I mean? Because a lot of us cope different, and that's understandable because we're all human. We all experience pain differently. You know what I mean? That being said, you know, as most men or most humans, it's hard to handle certain information given to you and you receive it. And it's one of those informations that's like it's emotional information. So it's hard for you to receive it. And it's hard for sometimes for a certain reaction for certain people to get. Some people may become emotional, cry. Some people may not give you, an emotion at all, but doesn't mean that they lack emotion. It just means they don't know how to interpret the emotion that you need or, to suffice to you. And at some point in your life, you got to understand, just everyone is different. Granted, we all share the same blood. We all got blood in our body, but we're all different. We're all dealing and going through emotions and coping through different angles and through different avenues and through different people as well. We're all doing it differently. But what happens is, and where we fail as humans is that we don't help a lot of people learn how to cope. You know what I mean? Because you can't sit in that coping season for too long. You know what I mean? You have to cope and then try to move on and adjust. because the best thing, in life is to, get better, adjust, and grow. I see all of us, all human beings are like the flowers in the garden. We're all waiting for our time to grow, shine, blossom, give off air so everyone can get a piece of us, you know what I mean? Or some of us can get them the, you know, the life of the flower, or they can see the elegance of it. You know what I mean? That's just my entitled opinion. You know, it is what it is. Sometimes it's hard to cope, man. And I was telling somebody, a lot of people don't know how to take information, man. A lot of people aren't emotional like you want them to be. You know, and my whole thing is, I don't like people who are half-ass emotional. If you're emotional about something that happens, me personally, I believe you should be emotional about a lot of things that happen. It shouldn't be subjected or subjective to just certain things. That's just my entitled opinion. A lot of things happen in life that are hard to overcome, and sometimes you have to look for people to help you overcome that, because as humans, we need each other. We need one another. We need one another to grow. To proceed, to get further in life. You know what I mean? To make life better for each other and for everyone else as human beings. That's just my entitled opinion. You know. Over the weekend was okay besides, the bad news, but everything is alright, you know. Everything is good on the up and up. Over this weekend, I learned a lot of things about a lot of people. What I tend to realize is, or what I tend to see at my job or on the street in the community, is the treatment black people get is sometimes ridiculous to me, because when does the black person not, or when does a black person just get treated well? You know, the black person is not getting treated well by the white person, the Spanish person, the Chinese person, even his own black person. You know, it, sometimes I believe it's so hard being black, because who the fuck likes you? You know, I was doing a detail or doing a security job, right? And this event happened to be like 30 plus, whatever the occasion may be. The scenario comes about where these grown adults are wanting to enter, an area where they don't allow, smoking of weed. People are always trying to smuggle things in as if this is jail or anything. The area, or saying the club doesn't allow certain things in, don't bring it in. But whatever, you snuck it through, you got through, whatever, whoop de doo. Okay. When you finally catch somebody and confront them, it shouldn't be a problem. It should be like, okay, this is your establishment, man. I'm sorry. Well, I got by through it. So, all right, you caught me. But these grown men and women seem to have the worst attitude than the younger kids or the younger adults. Younger adults are just naive, stupid, and just gullible and fun. These older, mature adults are disrespectful, have just the attitudes for no reason, and a lot of them are tired, or I'm tired of it. You know what I'm saying? It's just annoying. I've talked to grown men who felt the need to tell the security guards that, this is why people get shot. And I was like, man, I've worked at white security bars. I've been to white establishments. No white people are saying this shit. You know, I was disgusted by my own black people, because I'm like, why do black people have to act like this with their own black people? You know, I had to. Sometimes it gets so far. I'll have to explain to someone like, man, if I do this for you, I could lose my job. And then that's where black people are like, oh, okay, well, you could come work for me. So I'm like, all right, buddy, if I come work for you, are you gonna be paying the bills exactly the same way I get the bills paid here? And they chuckle. Black people are just so ignorant and so funny, and I love my black people, and I don't know why we're like that. You know, it makes no sense for you to be more hard on the black people that are already having a hard time. You understand what I'm saying? It's already hard being black. You're making it harder for me being black. It's already hard being black to get into these specific clubs. You're making it harder for us to get in there. It's already hard being black to walk into certain areas. You're making it harder for us to walk into those areas because you're acting ignorant. No one's asking you to, to erase your hood, your ghetto-ness, or your blackness. No one's asking you to ever do that. We're not asking you to defy your culture. What we're asking is, as black men, to respect another black man, another black woman, another black child, another black person. There should be a line of respect. You know, it shouldn't be, well, I'm black. Let me come in. You know, and I started to ask myself, like, do these people even have jobs? Like, I have to ask myself that question. Moving forward, a lot of this is just my untitled opinion on how people act, or how my black think. But here's a scenario. So I see a lot of, and I work with a lot of Spanish people at the club, and their treatment or how they treat the black people that come into the club, you can tell, they're a little extra on the eye on them, like, hey, pay attention to this or watch out for that, whatever the case may be. And you're like, what's the problem here? They can't, they can't, analyze exactly, or they can't describe to you. You never know what they're gonna do. And I look at them like, that's what they want to say, but they don't want to say it like that. That's just my entitled opinion, you know, because a lot of the brothers that come through, a lot of black people that come through, they looking at me like, man, why is he searching me so hard? And I watch them search other people, and it's not as rough. But again, those other people they search don't act as rude or act as ignorant or have this attitude or persona that they, it's now it's their club because they're coming here. You're just a patron coming in. It's not your club. You're just like everybody else. You know, the rules apply to you just like it applies to everybody else. That's my entire opinion. If I can go to a club and I sneak in the weed, they don't, and the security guard doesn't see me, and I can light it. That's cool. They didn't catch me. But if they catch me, I'm assuming they're gonna come to either take me out or the split away. That's just granted things. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know why they deem necessary to act like that. They're like, well, we gotta act like that. It doesn't make any sense to me. At all. I was ashamed. Like, Jesus Christ, why are you guys acting like, you know? I just couldn't. It didn't make a lot of sense to me why they were acting like that. Again, like I said, I've been to many other neighborhoods, many other clubs, and didn't act like that. It was just ridiculous. I was, man. Now I see why they want to cut the party short. We throw many parties until like 12. These specific parties, we had to end at like 10. You know what I'm saying? 10 o'clock. That's disgusting at 10 o'clock on like a Friday, you know? Or have to drive, excuse me, or have to drive another, 35, 45 minutes away while drunk. Who wants to do that? I ain't got no time for that shit. Moving on, moving on. That's just that. Moving on. um, I also noticed that a lot of women feel as though like if you're being nice to a woman, you're hitting on them. Why is that? Why can't a man be nice to you without the intentions of him having to want to be with you or him liking you or him or anything like that? It can just be genuinely nice. Like I'm genuinely a nice person. I'm not trying to sleep with you. Again, I've said this before. I'm human. Yes, I get horny, but I'm not trying to sleep with you. That's not my number one goal. You know what I mean? My number one goal is to figure out who you are. What kind of person you are. Are you genuine? Because that's what I'm looking for. Genuine people. I'm not looking for anything else but to be genuine. I'm genuinely nice. So, you're hitting on them. And I'm looking at these women. How, you would know if I was hitting on you, or you possibly wouldn't. Trust me. I'm at a place of work. I'm not hitting on you, you know. But it is what it is. A lot of people get the misinterpretation because you're either being too nice or you said a comment, whatever the case may be. And it's funny because if I don't give them or pay women any mind, if I have this stern look on my face, women will approach me and say, "Oh, why you look so mad? Why don't you smile? Why don't you try to smile?" And it's like, okay, well, if I smile, you'll think I'm smiling at you and want to get with you, and then you know what I'm saying? It's not like what you want. You know what I mean? And that's like not what I'm trying to do at the time. You understand what I'm trying to say here? This is my entitled opinion. You know, my entitled opinion. A lot of bullshit's happening too. If you're watching the news, if you're watching anything, watching TV, you know, fucking Game of Thrones just finished, or what is it, House of Dragons? If anybody's watching that, that series just finally finished. You know, so I'm about to tune into that. I hate watching shows while everybody else is watching it. It's like kind of annoying to me because I know you're watching it, and then I know you're gonna give out all the juicy details, post it, tell me, you know, put little shit in there to give me all the fucking shit I don't want to know to spoil it for me. You know what I mean? But yeah, that show is going on. The Boys ended kind of corny. I don't know if you guys watched The Boys, man. The Boys is a good superhero show. Ended kind of corny. I was like, who ends shit like that? You know, who ends things like that? You know, I got a lot of opinions, a lot of shit. I gotta like try to clear my throat for a second here. Wonder if I was trying to clear my throat. I wonder if that's gonna be in there. It's probably gonna be in there. But you know what? Who cares? You know, it's original content while it's happening. It's live. You know, that's what you would like, anyways. You know, I was asking, or I was with somebody, or you know what? Let me rephrase it. How do women feel as though they need to visit you when it's that time of their month? You know, if it's that time of the month, why are you extra horny? You know, and why do you want to like be all extra horny with that? You know, with that. You know, I never understood that time of month. And then you know you're going through your cycle, and then like how that pad stuff works, or you know, what if the pad is like constantly like brushing up against you, and you know, like, does that also feel like good or ick? I don't know, you know, because obviously I'm not a woman. But anyway, women tend to always want to get up with men when they have their, you know, when it's that time of month. And I've never understood that, you know. Not to say like, you know, men shouldn't hang out with you when it's that time of the month. Yeah, men should hang out with you whenever it is, whatever. But if you've done things with this guy before and you're coming at a late time, you know, men can only think about certain things that you're trying to do at this late night, you know? Like, I'm a grown ass man. I don't want to be making out all night, you know? Who does that anymore? Like, who goes out and just makes out? And how old are you that you're still doing that? You know? And like, that shit is cute. Is that shit cute? Like, is that shit really cute that you got a, you know, herpes lip, you know, herpes bump on your lip? Is that cute? That you got these little bumps on your lip? Is that shit cute? Because it's not. You out here kissing random niggas or you kissing random girls. I hate calling people niggas too. I hate that. You know, I'm trying so hard to defer from using that word or that statement. You know what I mean? Anyways, moving on. Moving on with my untitled opinions. Yeah, man. These ladies, man, want to come through, or you know, when it's that time of the month, they want to entertain you. But when it's not that time of the month, they want nothing to do with you. Hours are high. They're working extra hours. They're so busy. They gotta go to the club. There's concerts and all type of shit. That time of the month comes. Ah, come! I want to cuddle me, hold me. You know, and it's starting to believe like women really don't give a fuck about what men want at all. You know, a lot of that is, I feel that it's like you get a small percentage of women who actually really care, you know, about what men want. And to be honest, all men care. All a man does and care about is what women really want. And it's so sad because they don't even know what women want. They think they know. And they're trying so many things and they believe that's what you want. Buying cars, working, you know, $1 million company, fancy trip. He's doing all these shit, but in the ultimate end, women sometimes are not always satisfied with that, you know. And at the end, they don't care about your satisfaction. You know, you're chasing, you're chasing to make this woman happy. In the end, it doesn't seem like a lot of women are making an attempt to make you happy. It seems like the attempt to make a man happy is just the fact to have a woman at all. Like that's the name of the game now. Like you should be even happy a woman's with you. You're looking around like what? Like, huh? I should be happy. Oh wow. I mean, I should be happy. I should be happy if anybody wants me. But man, this is getting out of hand nowadays, you know? Relationships are getting out of hand, couples are getting out of hand. TV, the way all this plays or how we take it in and use it and apply it to our own lives is ridiculous, you know? It is ridiculous. Because I was having a conversation with someone and it was like, what's your view on marriage or what's your thoughts on marriage? And I was like, well, my thoughts on marriage is, technically, if you want me to break it down, when you get married, I own you, you own me. And when I said that to her, just like that, she was like, "That's so horrible. Like, how could you ever say that you own somebody?" I'm like, technically, to be married is a big step. You file papers, you go down to the city hall. It's not like your regular boyfriend and girlfriend. So yes, when you start writing these papers and you signing these papers together, I own you, you own me. We file these taxes jointly. The government sees us as an entity. The government sees us as a group. If anything happens to you, I have to explain for it. Anything happens to me, vice versa. You know, if you go out with your girls and you come up missing, the first person they're going to ask is fucking me, or they're going to contact is the husband. Not gonna. They don't care for anybody else. They're gonna contact the husband because that's who you're owned by. And the word own just drove this woman mad, like you can't own me. I can't live with the fact that you believe you own me. I'm like, well, then don't get married. It's not a simple task. It really isn't. Marriage is a very hard job. That's why a lot of people quit it. A lot of people quit it. They don't apply for it. They don't they don't make it through. They get interviewed for it and then they run. Okay. A lot of people don't make it because it takes a lot to be married. Okay. Just like you work hard for your job, you let your job shit on you, you run through the fucking storms and the snowstorms to get to your fucking job. It's the same way marriage is. It's no fucking different. You know what's different is that you're not getting a fucking check for having to clock into your marriage and clock out when you're not really clocking out because that shit is all day. You know, your marriage is 24/7. You know, but a lot of people these days don't understand the concept of that. They feel as though if we're married, we're just together. I can have my own and you can have your own. I'm like, you can have your own what? Your own bathroom? Like, what do you want? What's your own that you want to have once we're married? Once we're married, you told everybody else in the world that you don't want your own anymore. You want to be a group. Okay, so now every decision has to be put through the group. you know, you can't just go out there making decisions on your own. It's a group thing now. You know, it's a group. You can't marry somebody for 20, 25 years and be like, oh, now I want out. You know, yes, you can because you're human. You can make your choices, but you shouldn't, man. That's crazy. Imagine being for someone for 20, 30 years. You know, 40 years, and the 30th year, they want a divorce. You know, they want to separate, they want to break ties. Let's just take away the money aspect of it. Let's just forget about that for a second. Let's think about this. You stayed with a person for 20, 30 years. Let's just grant it and say 10, 20 years. The fact that you stayed with this person for 10, 20 years and now you want to break it and go start all over again with someone brand new is beyond me. It's like, how can you want to do that? Like, you know how hard it is to start all over again? Even though you may have found someone and you started liking someone, but man, to build all that all over again, to even start to forget 10, 20 years of somebody, I believe is one of the hardest things ever. You know, if you're this is my untitled opinion. If you're with someone for over 5, 10 years, you're basically that person. You guys have basically twinned up and now are doing identical shit. You probably, say stuff that he says, she says, does stuff she says. You know what I mean? It's like you guys are almost identical. You don't look the same, but you guys almost act the same. And that's my entitled opinion. And then for you to go and want to start something new, it's just like, Jesus, for real? Like, with whom? Like, what? Like, and then and when you start all over, like, how do you forget all the shit that you were doing with the person before? And then to me, the other person you're starting with, how do they even get over it? You know what? Let me not even say that because some people are so lonely they don't even give a fuck where you came from. They don't care that you came from this relationship that you had for 15, 20 years and you left it. But because they were alone too. So they're like, ah, fuck it. I don't care, man. I just want to be with somebody. They don't analyze the whole thing that's going on and see exactly what it is. Like, could you believe it? Like, could you analyze it? You may like a woman or a man and analyze them like, man, I really do like you, but you were married with this person for 15 years and you just broke off the marriage. Or even if it's only been 2, 3 years, like I don't even think that's enough for you to gain your personality back, you know? Because you still had the personality of that person you was with. You'll probably make a sandwich just like they wanted that sandwich unless told otherwise. You ever seen that Instagram? You know? That's just what I believe. That's my entitled opinion. You know, my entitled opinion. I've only been in the stream for now, man. Half an hour into this stream, man. Ah, life, man. Life is funny, man. You know, even though you may not talk to people, man, you know what it is. You a lot of people need to grow away. You know, they need to grow away from you to realize what it means to grow. Because a lot of people are like they're not they're not like feeding. Yeah, they're feeding off of you. They're feeding off of your energy, off of your thoughts, and even off of your time, trying to buy themselves time. You know, but in the ultimate end, they're gonna realize they're not on shit, and you'll realize it too that yo, they're not on shit. And some friends and some relatives will understand that, but that's the way life is. In my untitled opinion, you're gonna go through some of the greatest ups, and you're gonna go through some of the worst downs of your life. It's all on how you cope, how you make out of it, and how you keep pushing. All right, that's really what life is how much you can push. Because life is pushing at you every day. You may not see it, but life is pushing at you. You know, it's pushing to see what you really want if you really want it, and if you really need it, if you really desire for it. I meet a lot of people who say they want to be rich, but when you really listen to them, they want a quick flip. Okay, there's a difference between wanting to be rich and wanting a quick flip. You need money, 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 money. Those are quick flips. When you want to be rich, you want money in your account. You want to be rich. You want to think rich. You want to hang around with rich people. You want to eat rich. You want to sleep rich. You want to breathe rich. You know what I mean? You don't want to breathe a come up. You know what I'm saying? That's not what you want to do. It sounds good, but it's not ultimately good. You know, this is my entitled opinion. At some point in your life, a lot of humans have to realize that cutting corners is not going to get you to where you want to go. You know, everyone around you is cutting corners, and they haven't been successful. You have to understand that. You have to realize that. If no one around you did it that way, why are you doing it that way? Why do you feel as though you got to be the one Moses that's going to be different and part the sea and bring everybody through there? Why do you got to be the one? Hmm? Not saying that you can't be, but why you got to be the one? You gotta provide us with the information in the world with the information why you got to be the one. What makes you so different? You know? And are you really different, or are you just about to talk? Because a lot of people are really about talk, 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 talk. Because they want to be in the light. They want to be in your face. They like that. They like to talk. And it's okay too. A lot of that is okay. A lot of this is okay to do. If you like to talk and you don't, feel as though success and all that stuff is your lane, then that's good. Talk it up. Live your fucking life. I always tell people, live your life, bro. Because no one else can live it better than you. So live it. You want to be a bum? Live your life. You know, I can't knock it. That's just my entitled opinion. But again, you have to realize that you got to get out other people's way. You know, you can help out as much as you can, but you can't help out too much. You can be nice all you really want in your life and help and be kind, but at some point you have to step away and let that person, go through the trials and tribulations. Let them walk through the fire like you've walked through the fire. I'm not telling you to let them walk through hell, but let them feel, the struggle, because they're gonna have to endure it at some point in life. You can't save everybody from enduring the real struggle of life. And that's what a lot of people are running from. A lot of people are running from being an adult, responsibilities. They're running away from it. And it's horrible because while they're running away from it, they're fucking up the whole entire circle's, progress. Because you're running away from real responsibilities everybody else got. You know, you half ass or half stepping on your responsibilities when everybody's full stepping on their responsibilities. You know what I mean? That's just my entitled opinion. You know, I always, like I said, I always have these untitled opinions, whether you like it or not. I'm just gonna always speak my mind. You know, I'm not for sure why people may believe doing things another way than the normal people will make it better for them when it's not. I know a lot of people who would rather, you know, what? Let me get an example. Who would rather, get the clothes from the back door than to go and shop for it. I know people who would rather be like, you know what? I know this girl that go out there and steal the clothes from me. I'm not even really gonna go to the store. Like, how long are you gonna be riding that wave for? At some point you gotta go out and shop. That's just normal shit. You know, at some point in your life you gotta, you know, do it the regular way. Because cutting the corner won't really help all the time. That's just my opinion. Moving forward, man. Moving on, moving on. You know, what I believe or my entitled opinion is, don't always ask for help, or don't burn that bridge asking for help when you should help yourself. You know, don't be calling don't be calling on the Lord when the Lord is like, man, help yourself. Like, go out there and put that foot forward and help yourself. You can do it. You don't always need someone to give you a handout. You can fucking do it. You can do it. I believe it. I have faith in you. You know. I have faith in everybody. I have faith in all my people. I believe everybody can change, everybody can do better, and everybody can grow. That's just my entitled opinion. That's just what I believe, my guy and my ladies. You know, it's good to see people, still doing art and still doing music, regardless of their age. I always tell people that don't let outside people stop you from doing what you love, your passion, your dream. Regardless of your age, you should fucking do your dream. If you fucking like doing music, then do that shit, regardless of if you blow or not. Do what you love. Run your passion wild. And someone will pick it up and be like, wow, look at this amazing shit here. And they'll enjoy it. You know, you don't need everyone to enjoy it, because I mean, you would like for everyone to enjoy it, but putting your idea out there and having some people see it may be some of the best thing for certain people. Some people may need that at that time. You know what I mean? You never know what you could be doing by putting that out, is what I'm saying. Always push for your passion, regardless of what it may seem or what people may say. You know, that's just my entire opinion. You want to know another entire opinion I had? Yo, you know what I don't understand? I don't know if it's all men or all men of races, but I see a lot of men are like, or you know what it is? Depending on what type of comedy you like, the pervertedness or the sexual pervertedness in some of the comedy is a little too. I was playing a video game today. Look, I hate when I say that playing video. I was shooting some people on Call of Duty, right? Getting on there, doing the Call of Duty thing. And you know how Call of Duty has different actors, male and female actors. You can pick whoever you want, whatever the situation is. So moving on, the guy shoots a female character in the game, and I guess she died. It's a video game. The video game character's on the floor, and he's like, "Oh, give me a second with this character." And in my head, I was like Jesus Christ, like Jesus, like how I love sick jokes. Like I'm one for all the real left jokes and the wild jokes, but I was like, man, that's not even a fucking joke. Like you're just a fucking pervert, you know. And this person sounded like they were older than 30. You know, that joke was a grown up joke. That joke was one of those jokes like I was born in the 70s, 80s jokes. You can kind of tell a person's age by the jokes or by the shit they say. So when that person was like, "Oh yeah, guys, go ahead, give me a second with this body," I was like, "I should report this fuck. You're a sick fuck." Like it's really not funny. I didn't think it was funny. I didn't think what he said was funny until he mentioned bukkake, you know, and I was so shocked from that word bukkake. It tickles me every time I say it, bukkake. I'm like, what the fuck is bukkake? And then I was like, "Wait, wait, wait. Is that spelled Bukkake? Is that really how you say bukkake?" I was like, "This whole time, I've been saying bukkake. Are you fucking kidding me?" For years, it was known as bukkake, and I've been saying bukkake. Oh my god. Now that was comedy, you know? I'm going around here reading porno shit like, "Yeah, bukkake, bukkake." He's like, "Nah, that's bukkake." I'm like, "What?" Blew my mind. Shocking, you know what I mean? Shocking. But yeah, a lot of men are fucking perverted. A lot of these older guys are sick perverted, man. Sick, demented, just twisted. People need help, man. Everybody needs to see somebody. That's what I believe. You know, they should give free psychiatry care to everybody. Everybody should get one free psychiatry session or 1 month free psychiatry session on the government. That's just my opinion. You know what else is my opinion? The government should give free swimming programs in all neighborhoods until you're about the age of 18. After that, you gotta pay for that shit. Until you're about the age of 18, all neighborhoods and all communities should practice or at least have the intent of teaching 85% of the community how to swim. Okay? That's just my opinion. We should be teaching more people how to swim. All right. Just the same way you could teach more people how to hate, you should be teaching these same motherfuckers how to backstroke, right stroke, left stroke, and do all that shit. This is my entitled opinion. How long we been pushing here? I got some more entitled opinions, but what, 40 minutes in here? I'll give it to like 45. Let's see what else I got to say here, man. You know what I mean? My entitled opinions out here. Let's see. You know, I think the presidential election race is a real shit show right now, man. Trump's coming out to all these hip hop songs, and Camilla's getting, or Camilla's got Meg the Stallion, and they every year they play these games with black people, and it's so comical to me that black people don't see the play on them and the joke on them or on us. They're laughing at us all the time. Everybody is sitting back laughing and pointing the finger at us like stupid black people. Nothing will change for you. You don't want to change. And it looks like that. It looks like we like this ignorance. That's my honest opinion. It seems like us black people, we just love this ignorant shit. And it's like it defines us now, And that shit is ridiculous, man. Anytime any of this shit comes up to us, we should step back and be like, nah, I'm good. It would be great, but no, I'm good. We should sit out for it. You should do it the right way and go about it in a way where it doesn't look like you're fucking playing with us. Because why isn't all my life I've lived now the president's coming out to a chick that twerks or the chick that's named to Meg the Stallion, you know? Not to say that that's all she does is twerk, but she's a lyrical rapper, but Jesus, what is standing or having her perform with you pushing any agenda? What agenda is that pushing? Or what safety or what is that making me or how's that supposed to make me feel? You know, shit is ridiculous, man. What are we gonna do? Like I tell you, whoever they choose for president is whoever they choose for president. At the end of the day, we as people need to come together. This divide is ridiculous. We need to stop dividing each other and come together. We need to find a conclusion, a resolution and come together. Find it any way, shape, or form, and let's come together. We have a bigger problem at hand, and we need to come together, man. All right? Shit's ridiculous. I don't know what they want to do or how much more of these games they're gonna be playing. How much more do they need to be playing these hip hop games with us? You know? And why? Why are we like, fuck it, we'll let this happen. I'm pretty sure a lot of the black people are like, I need this fucking check. So what the fuck are you talking about? I'm not gonna not let them come through. Like, Jesus Christ, are you crazy? Which I can understand. At the same sense, it's like, come on, man, we need change, bro. We need change. Hey, if Camilla Harris wins, great for her. Shout out to her. You know, like I've said before, I don't personally believe if she's in office, what she will bring will benefit or bring a spark or rise. And like I said, mentioned before, that's not the first black woman to do anything. There've been plenty black women before her who sat in office and who's done plenty other things. You know, we need to fix our justice system. We need to fix our communities. We need to fix Congress. We need to fix these things. You know what I'm saying? We need to find a way to get together and do it. Moving forward, man. moving on, you know, let's get through it. Let's get through these Who Asked You. Now let's welcome you guys to my new segment. You're not really new, but this segment is brought to you by Zara. All right, now go down to your nearest Zara's, whether it's the mall, the street, the spot. Pull up the Zara's and get your piece. And no, I don't got no discount code for you. All right, go to Zara's and just get fleet and tell them I sent you. They don't know me, but they should know me. You be like, yeah, you guys get promoted by Ray Karuse all the time. Like, that's why I come here to Zara's. You know what I'm saying? Go to Zara's and get you a fit. Winter's coming soon, man. You're gonna need a coat. They got good coats over there. Got good everything. You be all right. All right. Let's move on. Let's move on here. Oh, this infinity screen here. All right, let's get to these Who Wax shoes. Let's start off with the shade room. I figured I'd give it more time for these Who Wax shoes since I'll be giving it like a short amount of time and I'll be running through a lot of it. So let's go through it. Social media reacts to Aiden Ross reportedly gifting Donald Trump a Cybertruck and a Rolex, as if Donald Trump doesn't have a Rolex already or have multiple Rolexes. Who asked you, Aiden Ross, to even do any of this? And what's your motive, huh? Who the fuck does Aiden Ross think he is? Like, who asked you, kid? Who asked you to do any of that? Hmm? Fucking weirdo. Look at him. You should have lent Trump some of your bid, some of your hair. Fuck. The father of Kalani's daughter is reportedly seeking full custody amid sharing these accusations against the singer. Huh. Wouldn't be surprised. Motherfuckers got accusations every day. Go ahead, fight for your custody. Who asked you not to fight for your custody? Hmm? Update: Krishan Rock reportedly faces up to this many years in prison with new drug-related charges. Who asked you to give me information about Krishan Rock and how much years she was facing in drug? Yo, you know how many niggas in the hood? I hate using that word. You know how many brothers in the hood is getting charges for drug-related charges and going to prison? You want to know how much time they getting? Who asked you? Hmm? Who asked you? You. A new pic of Chris Brown and Kalani has social media sharing mixed reactions. Who asked social media to have mixed reactions? Who asked social media to believe that these two human beings wouldn't be getting up, thinking up? Who asked social media to believe what the fuck they believe when most of them are just poor people who don't show with any of these people? You understand the intensity or the naive, people who are on the internet? Like, are you that fucking serious, man? To mix, how do you, Tomicus, Tamicus, wow. Tamicus Walker speaks on his, wow. I'm pretty sure they called you Tommy all your life, bro, because that's crazy. Speaks on his blessed life after his ex-wife, Latoya Luckett, gets married. Nah, who asked you, bro? Who said your life was blessed? Who asked you to tell us that your life was blessed after your ex-wife gets remarried? Are you remarried? That's what they should have asked your ass. And why ain't you remarried? Why Latoya Luckett going out here getting remarried? We're almost about to say it wasn't her fault. You know what I mean? John B didn't hold back when speaking on Chloe Bailey and Gunna's rendition of his hit song, They Don't Know. Hey, yo, John B, I'm going to keep it a band with you, bro. Who asked you? Yo, John B, what was the last song you came out? Yo, John B, yo, name me 5 John B songs right now. All right? Who asked you to come on here and give us a comment 20 years later with this song talking about you don't like your rendition? You know damn well we still gonna be playing your song over there, man. Stop it. Your song is on most people's playlists. Crazy. All right, let's see. Testing women on how much they really know about menopause. I would hope women know a lot about menopause. It's something you go, but I guess not. Moving on, moving on. Let's see. Oh shit, dude. I should just flip through that shit. Donald Trump trends online after risky remarks towards Michaela Montgomery at Georgia rally goes viral. Trump be saying whatever the fuck he wants out of his mouth. This is why I fucks with Trump. Trump will say whatever he wants out of his mouth, and it gets you riled up. It grinds your gears, and he likes that shit. The media likes that shit. The people love that shit. You know what I'm saying? You guys feed into it, and it makes him look even more richer. You know, 13-year-old New York boy helps on successfully deliver her baby in surprise at home birth. Yo, shout outs to you, bro. Who asked you to do that? Who asked you to be? Who asked you to be so great? Shout out that 13-year-old boy, man. Who asked you to be that, man? Huh? Go ahead with your bad self, man. Out here delivering babies at 13-year-old. Some people would have passed out. Hmm? Okay? That's a lot of blood and a lot of stuff to be seeing. But go ahead, congratulations, my guy. T.I. reportedly released after being arrested in Atlanta. I guess this was a mistaken identity. Who asked you to mistaken T.I.? Hmm? Who asked you to mistaken T.I.? Would you mistakenly, identify him as T.I.P.? What was he, T.I. today and not T.I.P.? Whatever. You know, I'm pretty sure they had a name and it probably was the same name, but come on, they should have did some more work on that. Virginia City and Sheriff's Office react to viral video of white man teasing a black man about a hanging tree. I've spoken about this before. I've told you, these cities, states, and towns, I stay far the fuck away. Those cities, states, and towns remind me every day that black people don't give a fuck. We're at the low bottom of the totem pole. We won't ask for change. We'll take the money and we'll turn our back and we'll accept the ass whooping all over again. That's what I be seeing. If you ask me, and then when we finally do get change, we're doing change drastically slow. Takes us forever. Everybody else, they changing laws quick for them in an instant. Instantly. Instantly changing fucking laws for them. You know? Yeah, look at this bullshit. Brittany Renner shows off her new look and shares glimpse at the process of her wardrobe update. Now, this is fucking ridiculous, man. Someone needs to stop broadcast. Like, who asked you, sis, to give us a glimpse at the process of your wardrobe update? Someone needs to take the camera phone from her and tell her to shut the fuck up. Who asked you, sis? And what's crazy is she looks like she has, the Muslim outfit on. You know what I mean? The hijab. I'm like, yo. I'm pretty sure Muslims are looking at her like, are you converting now? Kevin Samuels is somewhere in his grave, like, yo, you can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Look at what she's doing. Like, do other women stop and be like, sis, yo, like, come on now. Like, what are you really doing here? They're probably commending her, like, yeah, go ahead, get it. Uh-huh. This is fucking ridiculous, man. That's just ridiculous. I can't believe it. Moving on. Let's move on. Let's move on. USA has been putting in work in the Olympics. If you've not seen it, LeBron and them boys are goats. They are dominating. All right. And who asked you not to watch the goddamn Olympics? Aren't you American? Hmm? Aren't you goddamn American? Hmm? Don't you like the Olympics? You know, the White Sox have been on a fucking 4 or 5 game losing streak. It's ridiculous. Who asked him? Look at that. Look at that. An AR record with 21st straight losses. Who asked you not to bet on them that they were going to lose every blood clot game? Vibes Cartel is free. I forgot to mention that in this podcast. Wow. Who asked you not to free Vibes Cartel long time ago? Hmm? God bless, man. They got Vibes Cartel free. In my opinion, he should have been free a long time ago. But also, in my opinion, because I haven't indulged and dived into the case, I heard, he used to run Jamaica wicked, and he used to be the shot caller out there. So if that was the case, then if they caught you doing the crime, then you should have did the time. You know what I mean? You was in there for a minute, but free, I'm happy he's home. It's great. Moving on. Yeah, how much time we got here? Yeah, moving on. Okay. Savannah mayor is terrified for absolutely unprecedented impacts of Debbie. Ooh, Storm Debbie's coming. Who asked y'all to not be prepared for all these storms coming through, as if they don't always fucking come through in every so years or so. You know what I mean? If it's not every year or every other year or 2 3 years, this shit happens often, and we like have like bad planning. It seems good planning, but bad planning, in my opinion. In my opinion, they have all these engineers who can't engineer a way for the city not to get flooded. Like they should have a compacted machine that should be able to suck some of this water out, store it, transfer it somewhere else in case of a flood. You know, like put it in the machine, and the machine would turn it into fresh water. Or the machine would turn it into fresh air or some bullshit. But who asked you? Who asked me to even think of that? Let me get back to these who asked you. All right. Let's see. Harris has interviewed her three final contenders for her running mate. Who asked you not to do that shit earlier? Nah, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Okay, let's see. Inside the legal plans by foes of Donald Trump and Project 2025 to fight his second term agenda. Hmm. Huh? Who told you guys not to get inside these legal plans? And you guys need to read up on shit. Look at that. Okay, let's see. He says with plans to immediately enact hardline immigration policies and dismantle civil service protections for thousands of federal employees. Hmm. His allies, I mean, who asked him to fucking want to enact that shit? Huh? Enact hardline immigration policies? Now, I don't know how hardline these immigration policies is, but a lot of these Americans are tired of these immigrants. You know what I mean? Even though we've all ridden on the backs of immigrants all our lives, I don't know how now these people who have parents who are immigrants are tired of these immigrants. Hilarious Americans. The freedom of being American, right? Who asked to give you that? Anyways, moving on. Let's see. His allies, including the influential conservative organization that have participated in the endeavor known as Project 2025, have crafted policy papers and vetted potential Trump-aligned staff that could swiftly be hired to the federal government so that his vision could be quickly and effectively implemented. Who asked you? Hmm? Who asked you about any of this? Hmm? This is a good article, though. You guys should look into this. There's a lot of good information on it. I'm not trying to say like who asked you, like you should know, but who asked you not to know that these crooked people were coming for plans behind our back, in front of our backs, with no care in the world, and then trying to say that the president or this president is backing it. They've done this before. Regardless of if Trump has Project 2025, Camilla has her own Project 2025 that also does benefit and doesn't benefit you. Just the same way as Trump has this Project 2025 that benefits and doesn't benefit you. Trust and believe they're no different than one another. Some of the shit is going to either benefit you or not. You're either going to accept that you should stay poor or accept that the fact that once you become rich, your taxes are fucking out insane and you've never dealt with that before. Okay. If you've never been rich before, becoming rich in this society now is 10 times harder. All right. It's not that it's 10 times harder. It's easier But the likeliness of you maintaining and keeping that shit, if you don't know better, is hard. Go out there and blow a whole fucking bag. You don't know how to be rich. Mm? It's fucking hard. If you've never had money, you're gonna go out there and spend that shit. All right? Moving on. OnlyFans thought accuses UFC champion Alex Pereira of alleged rape, sharing what went down. Why would you, yo, who asked you to share this with us instead of, putting out a case and having that man taken away? You know what I'm saying? You know, why not create a case, get people to sign shit so they to get them off the road if we really raped you? You know, like I said, walk him into a ward and don't let him out until justified that he's deemed fit to come back into society. That's just my opinion. All right. She's never going on a date again. Female comedian tells one of the most savage stories. Fake the pregnancy. Who asked you to do any of that? Hmm? Who asked you to do any of that? Okay. Let's see. People stay posting their L's. Caribbean woman bought a car for her man. He then leaves her homeless in Alaska. Who told you to? Who actually bought that man a car? Sis, sister, who asked you to buy that man a machine, a car? For what reason? For him to drive off and leave you homeless. That's crazy. That is crazy. Look at that. Price too high or now. What 300K gets you in Colombia? I'm pretty sure we all know what 300K gets you in any other fucking country besides America. You dirt bag. Who asked you? We know how fucking expensive America is. We live here. Durr. Cold world. He did all that just to allegedly get cheated on 3 days later. It is a cold world, man. Who asked you? Who asked you not to know it was a cold world out here? This weed shit getting out of hand. People buying bud based off the packaging rather than what's in the bag. Yeah, that's facts. Who asked you? Who actually come up with these funny bags anyways? That's what gets them. But that's customers, consumers. Consumers are stupid. You know, people who buy shit most of the time are idiots. They just want to buy shit. They just want to spend money. You know what I mean? It's my entitled opinion. But who asked me, right? All bad. Man gets robbed twice in less than 45 seconds. Who asked you not to run when you got robbed the first time? Like, run for your life. I don't understand people. You got robbed, and in 45 seconds, you got robbed again. Who asked you not to snitch on that man? You should throw it on that motherfucker, man. He robbed you twice. What the hell did he spin back to get? And what did he forget? Would you go back to the ATM? Was like, oh, he didn't get my card. I can at least crack this out. Idiot. Fucked around and found the right one. YouTuber King Sid gets ragdoll in Times Square, New York, right in front of police. Who asked you to come to New York and get ragdolled in Times Square? Who asked you? Who asked you to do that? Or you that you want to be that? You go. That's very low. Dude robs pizza delivery woman at gun. Who yo son? Nah. Who asked you to do that? Delivery chick. She's just doing her job. She's just a woman. Who asked you to do that? And I'm pretty sure wherever he brought the pizza at, he wasn't gonna be eating that pizza fucking alone. Shame on him and the people he with that ate that pizza, yo. Who asked you to do that? A gun for some pizza goes crazy, bro. Why not just take the pizza and push her and run? Push her, take the pizza and dip. That shit is crazy, man. Who asked you to do all that, bro? That shit's crazy. White men surround black in England. Yo, who asked you to record this shit and not help? I hope you help. Who asked you to record this shit and not send an exact location in England so we could pull up and rectify this situation? They need to stop posting all these shits if they're not gonna send the fucking IP address or the geographical location of where this shit's happening. You know how fucking big England is? Who asked you not to fucking send the address to the shit? You jerk. A detective tricked guilty suspect into confession. He didn't trick him, sis. He was an idiot. He was going to confess anyways. Who asked you not to trick him earlier? You know, you should have tricked him in the fucking car. He'd have told you a long time ago. Um, he's got to be treated fairly. Donald Trump speaks on Young Thug and his RICO case on Aiden Ross stream and gets gifted a custom Cybertruck. Yeah, we saw that. I talked about it earlier. Who asked you? Room was needed immediately. Homie was getting a mouthful in the club. Yeah, right. Yo, who asked you to do all of that? You're bugging. That goes crazy. They turned that pool party to a public orgy. Can't believe random strangers did all this at this party. Yeah, that goes crazy. Like, who asked you to do all that, yo? It 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 doesn't surprise me either, man. You know what I mean? Who asked you to not be prepared for the fuckery that's gonna be happening at some of these pool parties? Like, you gotta be prepared, and this obviously is bad security because you gotta be prepared. Like, who asked you not to understand that this could possibly happen? Stomped him out. Little Dirk's Lamrin 300 group caught ops lacking at Out West Chirac Club last night. Who asked you to post this? Like, who asks you to pollute more of our minds and our media with what black ignorance is? Who asked you to do that? World Star, huh? This is why you gotta know your rights. Cops get shut down after trying to illegally detain dude inside a store. Yep, you gotta know your rights. Who asked you not to know your rights, black people? If you know all the lyrics to all the Drake and all the lyrics to Jada Kiss, you should know your damn rights. All right? If you know all the Biggie lyrics, Cool, D, Irk and them dudes, you know all Dirk, you know all the trapping songs, you know how much the thing can hit the scale, you know how many grams is in whatever, you should know your goddamn rights. Who asked you not to know your rights? Hmm? You should, you know what a lot of people should do, is my untitled opinion. You should teach your kid about his rights and stop taking him to fucking church. Hmm? Let's talk about that. All right. More of the black community should be teaching their kids about their fucking laws, about their rights, instead of taking them to church. All right, because you taking your kid to church and his ass still going to jail don't make no sense to me. Mm? You don't teach these kids no rights. That's just my entitled opinion. All right, move on. Dude was in disbelief at seeing man eating another guy's groceries in public. Like, who actually do this in public? Who asked you not to call the police? Who asked you not to kick these motherfuckers down? Who asked you not to, you know, report them, man? This is crazy. This is insane. Who asked you to do any of this, bro? That's disgusting. Let me tell you that, man. I'm gonna wrap it up with the last ones in this screen right here, and we're gonna wrap it up. He was stressed the fuck out. Man begs his girl to drive off during road rage incident because he doesn't know how to fight. Wow. Who asked you not to know how to fight? You got a girl and you don't know how to fight? You should be single, you know? Obviously, if you get a girl, we were hoping you can protect her. What, you gonna only protect her with the gun? Never with your hands? Gonna take you a minute to get to the gun. Who asked you, man? You know? Who asked you to be stressed out because you don't know how to fight? That's crazy. He's down bad. Man gets caught up after inviting two women to Disney with kids. Didn't expect his living girlfriend to actually pull up. I mean, who asked your living girlfriend to actually pull up? Like, she didn't get the memo that you were inviting two women with kids to Disneyland? Like, sis, you didn't get the idea that he didn't want you coming to Florida? Like, who asked you not to go cheat on your man? Like, who asked you not to go get on another date? Who asked you not to go to Puerto Rico? Who asked you not to go on a vacation and act like nothing happened, sis? Hmm? You want to know? Look, you found out, and now you probably still fucking with him. And who asked you to even post any of this? Hmm? Karma came quick. Man gets mauled by three pit bulls during a home invasion gone wrong in Dominican Republic. who actually do that home invasion, gang. Next time, stay off people property. You won't get mauled. That dog look vicious too. I can only imagine. Nasty chick gets caught lacking on national television during Donald Trump's rally. Yeah, who actually to even catch a lacking on TV? I should have edit that shit. Stood on business. Neon's girlfriend. I don't even know who Neon is. Sam Frank. Wait. Okay, whatever. Gets into a fight with a girl that was stalking Neon on. Who asked you? And who's these? Are these all girls? Like, okay, I don't even know. It's Ratchet. John B. Go out. Yeah, we already talked about that. So I'm just gonna end this live, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all for coming through the live again. I'm gonna go ahead and end this screen sharing shit so we don't see the infinity mirror. But I appreciate y'all, man. I'll get back into doing this more often. I took a couple days off, like I said, going through some things, a little sick, getting through that as well. But we'll get back into it. We'll shift back into gear, give you some more entitled opinions and who asked shoes. All right. You enjoy the rest of your week. Stay cool, stay blessed. If you can't stay cool, stay dangerous. If you can't stay dangerous, stay safe. You know what I mean? And blessed. Thank you.